guys? It's me, Tony G, coming to you from Harrah's Resort and Casino. This is episode 44 of my vlog. In this episode, I had to come to South Jersey for work, so I figured, hey, let's stop by the casino and get some poker in. Except I'm not playing at Harrah's. I'm actually going to go to Tropicana over on the boardwalk and get into their 715. I think it's a $500 or $1,000 guaranteed tournament. So hopefully we run good and we can finally cash or ship one. It hasn't been too good lately. Hope you guys enjoy it. Here we go. Well, scratch that. They're not running the tournament tonight, so I guess I'm going to go over and check out the Golden Nugget, see if we can get the tournament going over there at 7:15. Okay, in one of the first hands that I get to play, I have Ace King of Diamonds on the button. Blinds are 50, 100, and the big blind decides to raise to 200. I decide to call. Everyone else folds, and we're heads up to the flop. The flop is 10 of hearts, King of clubs, 9 of diamonds. The big blind bets 200. I decide to re-raise to 400 with top pair. The big blind decides to call after looking at his cards and looks at me. And the turn is the ace of spades. The big blind checks to me. I bet 400 again. And the big blind reluctantly calls. The river is the 3 of diamonds. Big blind checks it again to me. Knowing he's defeated, I bet 1,000 and he folds, and we take down the pot, and I turn over the King of diamonds. One or two levels later, I have Queen of Diamonds, 9 of Spades in the cutoff. Blinds are 75, 150, I believe. I decide to call the 150 when it gets around to me. Everyone else folds, and we are again heads up to the flop. And the flop is the ace of clubs, King of hearts, 8 of clubs. I check. Middle position bets 600, and after not hitting anything on the flop, I fold. Okay, a couple levels later, I have Queen 9 in middle position. Blinds are 150, 300. It gets around to me, and I decide to call the big blind, which is 300. A couple other people called, and we are 4 ways to the flop. The flop is the 6 of spades, the 4 of clubs, and the 9 of hearts. I check, and the middle position checks, and the cutoff decides to bet 600. The big blind folds, and I go ahead and decide to call after having top pair. And middle position also calls, and we are still 3 ways to the turn. The turn comes out as the 10 of hearts. I again check. Middle position bets 400. The cutoff calls the 400, and I also decide to call the 400. The river is the jack of spades. It checks around, and we show our cards, and I take it down with a pair of 9s. So we're on the first break, and I'm not doing too bad. I won a couple good hands, and I got about 35,000 or so in chips. We're coming back to blinds of 200, 400. Okay, so a level or so after the break, I have the Queen of Hearts, the Jack of Spades in middle position. This is the best hand I'd gotten in several hands. I decide to call the big blind, and 4 other people also called, and we go 5 ways to the flop. The flop is favorable. It is the Jack of Clubs, the Queen of Spades, and the 10 of Diamonds. The 4 other people at the table decide to bet 1,000. I decide to go all in, being semi-short stacked, and everybody else folds, and we take down that pot. Second break, been bleeding chips the last 3 or 4 levels, coming back to I think 1,200, 2,400 with a 150 ante. I'm about back at starting stack. See if we can run it up. Okay, so after being very card dead for a couple levels, we're in the 1,000, 2,000 level with the 150 ante. I have the Ace of Hearts, the Jack of Diamonds, and on the big blind, and the option gets around to me, and I decide to go all in with about 15 or 16,000 left, which is about 8 big blinds. I have 2 other callers and fear for the worst. And everybody flips them over, and it's Ace Jack versus Kings. And the board runs out King of Clubs, 10 of Diamonds, 7 of Hearts, 4 of Clubs, the 8 of Spades, and the Kings knocks out 2 people with Trip Kings. Well, just busted out about 4 or 5 hands after the break. Ace Jack all in for about 16,000 effective versus another Ace Jack versus Kings, and flop Trip Kings is what it is. Better luck next time. you guys enjoyed that. If you did, make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons. Leave me a comment down below. And quick announcement, it is official. Trip is booked. Heading back to Vegas for Super Bowl. It's my buddy Chris's bachelor party. We're going to go to Vegas and do it up and definitely get some poker in. See you guys in episode 45.